What's going on this week in
Dart Zone? Welcome to This Week in Nerf, your source for first-party, third-party, and community Nerf news. I'm Adriana, and this week there is a big announcement from Dart Zone that I'm super excited to talk about. But first, Hasbro asked the question, what if a Jolt was a Hamp? And the Alpha Strike Uppercut is the answer to that question, apparently. Nerf Taiwan is the first person to have one in hand, and he showed it off on his channel, Nerf Taiwan on YouTube. The accuracy of this blaster is predictably pretty bad because you are slapping the blaster to fire it. So that's to be expected. One thing I didn't expect is that the firing rod pushes itself back out after you fire it. I expected you to have to pull it out instead of it doing it itself, but that's a pretty nice quality of life improvement for such a silly little blaster. And obviously, in terms of practicality, this thing is kinda dumb, but we noticed every time he fires it, there's a little smile. And in the end, having fun is what the hobby is all about. And this thing might be a little bit more fun than I've given it credit for. I mean, wouldn't an Awfuls round or a tournament of Awfuls be with just this? Would be pretty freaking awesome. However, I do hope that they ditch that thin, hard to recycle single-use packaging. Not super great. In case you wanted more Ultra Mags, Entertainment Earth posted a pre-order for the Nerf Ultra Dart Clip Refill Pack. There's no image to go along with this, and the description is a little bit generic, just about Ultra Blasters in general, so we're not sure what exactly is included, what the capacity is. My guess is that it's the same 10-round magazine that comes with the Pharaoh, and hopefully darts enough to fill the mag itself. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be screamers, but likely not. The site says that this is coming in January, which is a little bit strange. It was probably meant for Christmas and got delayed. But honestly, I'm a little surprised we're getting an Ultra Mag at all, since only one blaster uses it. And we still don't have individual Mega Mags from Hasbro, and I'm pretty sure those actually have some demand. If anyone from Hasbro is listening, Mega Mags, please. The Mega Blasters are way cool. Cubresin420 on Reddit found orange-triggered strifes on the shelves of Kmart in Australia. If you're not from the land down under, this is huge news for customers in Australia since the gray trigger blasters are a different version with lower performance than their orange triggered counterparts that used to be required by law. The ones with the gray triggers usually hit 40 to 50 FPS, whereas the orange trigger variants are more like 60 to 70. We knew that the laws changed earlier this year in relation to what joules the toy blasters are allowed to put out. You can watch episode 74 if you want to hear a little bit more about that. But I think this is the first time that someone from our community has spotted them on the shelves, the orange trigger version of the Strife. So I really hope that more versions of blasters come out there soon so everybody can be up on the same level, a higher, better level. It'd be pretty darn cool. Lanard Toys is mostly known for action figures, and they had a warehouse sale in Sugar Creek, Missouri. So if you're in driving range from there, it might actually be worth taking a little trip. Despite not being known for blasters, there are a ton on the shelves. Lots of reskins and some that are sold underneath other brands, and super duper cheap. Right now it's 50% off everything. So if you're looking for something obscure for your next NIC primary, this might be worth the trip for you. And a huge thank you to Buff Daddy for sharing all of these photos of this pretty cool warehouse. And now it's time for This Week in Dart Zone. If you're like us, you probably picked up at least one of the Adventure Force Pro Blasters, but you're probably not able to just walk to the other room and grab Talons. I mean, heck, even I'm not able to do that right now because we're constantly selling out, no matter how many we order. Anyway, Dart Zone has got you now. The Adventure Force Pro magazines will be sold through dartzoneblasters.com very soon, according to this screen cap from You Like Dad Jokes on Reddit, who also posted a silly post about renaming the Reddit to our Dart Zone, by the way. We approve. There's no word on pricing or the date that they'll be available, but when they do go live, make sure you buy Adventure Force Pro mags and not the Dart Zone Pro mags. They are not cross-compatible, so make sure you pick the correct mags for the blaster that you're attempting to use them with. Very important to remember. And now for the big news. The Dart Zone Pro Mark II was teased on Monday, of course, right after our news show. But it's an extremely compact Springer pistol with a top prime and a 6-dart internal magazine. The teaser also showed a speed loader, which is a super cool accessory, especially for an internal mag blaster. It's pretty awesome. It's also very clearly targeted towards the competitive market, and you can kind of see that in the second trailer. Side note, what do I have to do to get one of those jerseys? They are freaking awesome. Anyway, there's a lot more information in the second trailer, including the price point of $80. And before we freak out about the price, let's talk about what is included. So we have the blaster itself, the Dart Zone Mark II, the orange suppressor barrel thing, a holster for the blaster, 2 speed loaders, a carrier for those speed loaders, and 18 darts. So Dart Zone went from, what do you mean people want to have mags to reload with, on the Mark I, to having included accessories for reloading and a way to carry them on the field. That is a huge change in such a short amount of time, and that is awesome. And these accessories are a huge value add and actually look pretty high quality. The holsters seem incredibly well made, really snappy and snug, and of course, Drac got to make everybody jealous and drove to Dart Zone HQ to pick up his blaster first. And from his first impressions video, he seems to love it. We learned that the grip scales are die-cast metal and that gives it a great weight in your hand, so that's pretty cool. They thought about how the blaster actually feels as well. And the performance of the thing, I know everybody is interested in that, depends very highly on the darts themselves. It gets about 120 to 130 FPS with the included bamboo darts, or if you use the Adventure Force Pro darts that you can find at Walmart, it'll be 140 to 150 FPS. So you can use your dart choice to tailor what kind of games you can bring the blaster to. And on the subject of bringing it to games, one of the coolest things about the blaster is the real steel profile. And the least cool thing about the blaster is the real steel profile. If I were running that at a park, I would absolutely use the extra orange barrel. I want as much of a toy silhouette as possible when I'm running around in public parks. And it does give it an interesting sci-fi aesthetic. Unfortunately, it also loses compatibility with the holster if you have the barrel on. But overall, the value of this blaster depends on you, your use case, what kind of games you want to bring it to, what play style you have, and of course, your budget. So for me, the out-of-the-box performance and all of the accessories make it an instant buy. I just love that Dart Zone is listening and giving us what we want, and I want this blaster. And it'll be at Target.com in December for $80. And now it's time for the mod of the week. And this week it comes from Ya Asian Boy with this Rainbow Evader. This thing has a ton of fades. I still haven't figured out how to do them well, but this guy, he has it down. I also really like that he used white as the accent color for the rest of the blaster. It really makes the rainbow just pop. It looks amazing. A super simple idea, but incredibly well executed. So thank you so much for sharing that. It looks awesome. And that's all the news for this week. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, links to everything that I talked about are down in the description. Like button, subscribe, comment, those YouTube things. Whew. I'm excited. The new blaster's gonna be so good. I'm looking forward to it. And we're doing a dance out this time. It's a dance out. Bye everybody. Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific.